What's going on, guys? How you doing today? It's Angry Role Player in the morning as usual. And guys, you probably know already that the season 8 end date has been announced already, and the season 9 date has also been announced. So season 8 ends on December 30 at the very end of the year, and the season 9 starts on January 6th. So it will be early next week, guys. So now it will be the first season that I won't play, of course, because I don't give a single shit about cosmetics, pets, and all that stream of bullshit. And the stash tabs are all filled, and we'll get no more, character slots and stash tab till the Necromancer pack. And God knows when the fucking Necromancer pack will be announced. Maybe in July or October. Fuck knows when. No one knows when Necro will be announced. They will still develop it for the next, at least 6 months or 7 months or 10 months. Who knows? No one knows. I wanted to concentrate a bit on the fact that the non-season doesn't get a rollover. There's no era ending announced. So basically, non-seasonal characters have been shitted on as usual. The guys from the seasons will roll over to non-season and start, conquering the non-season. And non-season, no one care about non-season. And this game mode is like a non-letter, doesn't fucking exist. It absolutely doesn't exist, guys, in this game. It's a pity, but it's a fact. And I will be playing non-season, but I do not care about non-season leaderboards. There are some people with a fucking 5,000 paragons and all that, botted gear and mats. I don't compete in this game anymore. I'm just checking what's happening, what builds are available, testing things, terror crafting, all this shit. And I'm not a grinder, absolutely not a grinder, and I don't have time or the will to grind this shit. Also, a couple of more hotfixes have been deployed on PTR, and we're gonna look at this, guys. We're gonna look at this. First of all, the barbarians got a buff to the whirlwind. And there was a major complaint with the previous hotfix, the previous patch. Out of a sudden, whirlwind set has been just fucking nerfed. It was not overpowered by all means. It was barely doing 80s with the op gear and fucking high paragon, and then it got a nerf. It was fucking ridiculous. People started crying all over the internet, all over the battle.net. What the fuck, Blizzard? What are you doing? You're nerfing the weak set. And they said we're gonna buff it in the future a little. And this is what happened, guys. The Dust Devil's rune has been increased a little. And also the basic damage on the whirlwind has been increased from 400 to 800. That's quite an interesting buff, And I also checked the leaderboards, and people are doing the 90s already with, you see, it's just 1,600 paragon, and the guy did 90. That's a good sign, basically. It means that the Wrath of the Waste and the Whirlwind does some significant amount of damage now. It does basically more damage than it does on live server. Around 5, maybe even 8. Maybe even 8 greater reefs, guys. So these guys, they did 90s. And their paragon is very low. This guy has 1,600. This one has more paragon, but the lower augments, but higher paragon, but low augments. So they are like the same, So 90 is absolutely possible for mediocre players, and the higher paragon players, they will do more than the 90, maybe 95. There's this 2,000 paragon and 3,000 to 4,000 paragon guys. They will do maybe 95. That's quite interesting, guys. Quite interesting. So there's quite a significant buff. It could be better. It could be higher. Absolutely, like this is still not gonna put the Whirlwind and the Wrath of the Waste to the top of the leaderboards, absolutely not, but it makes it viable. And the developers with the Facebook Q&A and with the recent updates, they said that, and then Nivelisted said that they wanted to reduce the damage from the Dust Devils, and because basically Dust Devils created a lot of clutter on screen, and they wanted to put more damage into the basic set, to the basic Whirlwind, so you could use some other maybe runes and something like that. So they wanted to reduce the impact of the Dust Devils and increase the basic damage of Whirlwinds. It's not a bad thing, absolutely not a bad thing, guys. Now to the bad thing. They fixed the Phantasm, the Spirit Barrage, guys. Spirit Barrage has been fixed. It fixed an unintended interaction where Phantasm would benefit from additional bonus damage when prematurely detonated and modified by both the Barber and the Gazing Damage. Not the problem, they fixed it, but now it does absolutely no damage, and it has no. You will be struggling in Terminal 13, so basically to what it is on live server now. It's just a Spirit Barrage with some area damage, and that's about it. No extra multipliers, absolutely nothing. I'm not even sure the Gazing Damage works now, no. With Juicer and Gazing Damage should be all the multipliers, but I saw some information from PTR, and I'm not gonna test it now. I saw some damage from PTR that it's basically very low damage, and not even in 90s. 90 is like impossible. And when will be the reset on PTR, you will clearly see, guys, what's going on here. Basically the Spirit Barrage is fucking useless now, completely fucking useless. And I told all these people who created this fucking builds with the Spirit Barrage, guys, don't use the builds on PTR, don't do builds for PTR, especially with such greatly bugged, exploited, destroyed weapon like the Barber and the runes like Spirit Barrage. It obviously was very broken, the interaction was broken for almost 2 months, and still people did all this fucking useless builds, and now they can just go and fucking delete them from everywhere, from Diablo fans, from YouTube, because a fucking joke. They will all destroy it. I don't like when people do this. It's fucking waste of time, bullshit, and just misinformation all over the place. I learned the lesson really quick for the last PTRs. I also did some mid PTR builds, but I learned the lesson really quick. Since then I stopped doing mid PTR builds because absolutely fucking pointless. No reason to do this anymore. Not all people learn, unfortunately. Now for the rest, guys, the rare monsters with the Juggernaut affix now take 30% more damage from all sources. Now they're gonna fix the problem with this way, and basically they wanted to compensate the loss from the Bane of the Trapped. And this will do some job for most builds in Diablo. But what about the Hamidin? And what about the Bracer of Fury? The Hamidin will still suffer greatly and does like 20% of damage with this. So it doesn't help the Hamidin at all. Hamidin will just waste fucking time on Juggernaut. It is not worth fighting a Juggernaut at all for the Hamidin, for the Bracers, for the Bracer of Fury. And there's also a Monk build that requires stunning, as far as I heard. Stunning or immobilizing it is also will not work with the Monk as well. Now what else? The Succubus Bloodstar attack has been damage reduced. Oh my god, thanks for that. The damage from Khazra Spears has been reduced by 15%. 15% is a little lesser than I thought. It should be now like 30, maybe 50%. This Moon Clan and Pelis, they fucking wreck everything. and these blood stars that are fucking ridiculous. And the ice porcupines, icicles, have also been reduced by 50%. It's not bad at all, but should be more than that. Absolutely more than that. Now to the good things. Great Rift now spawn Hellhide, Tremors, Disendomed Hulks, and Dwellers, Colossal Golgors. Golgors are back, guys, with other monsters in somewhat larger groups. Somewhat larger groups. What does it mean? Now that's a hell of a spelling, guys. Somewhat larger groups. What the fuck? They could just write, we doubled the amount of fucking Hulks and Golgors. Yeah, we doubled Golgors. Not, no, somewhat larger groups. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that spelling, guys? They could just double fucking Golgors and the game will not suffer from that spelling. It will be completely clear for understanding, not with somewhat larger fucking groups. Are you kidding me? And Great Rift now spawn somewhat furious and wasps and fallen grunts on floor. Oh my god, now basically I hope to see the increase of fat mobs and the reducing of these smaller mobs, and this is what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna see that. I'm messing a bit with the wizard now. I tested everything with the Rolands and with the Barber. I'm done with this for now until they're gonna add some multipliers for that, so we can check again if it's viable. But for now, Spirit Barrage is dead. Hermidine is quite impressive, but they nerfed it, so it could be better, but they decided to nerf it, and it's unfortunate. I want to see the wastes, guys. I want to see the wastes, and I want to whirl a little and see how good is that. The problem with the whirlwind for me was always the surviving, because you need this shit here. You need freeze, chance to freeze, and chance to chill. Otherwise, you can't fucking survive, guys. You can't fucking survive. You need to proc APDs, and for that you need an extra freeze and extra chill. And in a perfect situation, you need this. You need 5% freeze here on the belt. That's what you need. So I would like to check the waste and how good are they now. So this is it for now, guys. They killed the Barber again. It works, but it does no damage now. And I'm interested to check the increased density, guys. Now increased density is interesting. The Golgors are back. I'm gonna check how much Golgors are there in the Great Rifts now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Stay tuned.